last calendar year for Gannett has been kind of the year of mobile housekeeping. So for years, 2 or 3 people at a company of our size looked at mobile and cared about mobile on a daily basis. Now it's like 15,000. And I'm not really exaggerating too much. So what we did over the last, call it a year, call it 2 years even, is we had to start standardizing what our products look like so that your messages and your brand messages could get out on our products in an easier way, because it was very hard. We had just random ad sizes going everywhere. We had random different ad servers potentially. So if you look current state of what we're running right now, these are very similar UIs. You're in a TV station in Washington, D.C., you're in USA Today, or you're in the DNC, which is our Rochester paper. All very similar looking UI, very similar ad placements. This helps us on a number of different levels, from ad serving to enabling some programmatic buying as well. Tablet, we did very much the similar thing. This is a Cincinnati Enquirer's iPad app, and really close looking to USA Today's. So on top of some of these kind of just more aesthetic standardization pieces, we also did some things under the hood, which is a lot of what my team does, and try to make things a little bit easier for some of you in this audience. First is this IDFA passing. So for those of you who don't know or don't care or don't necessarily touch IDFA, this is a very, very good common denominator that should help with this fragmentation that we're dealing with. Your message can go to, knowing your IDFA from a brand level to a publisher level is extremely, extremely important from an attribution standpoint, download attribution, conversion, you name it. The second thing we're doing is we're passing lat long and every. I call this again, this is kind of table stakes. This is yeah, of course you're supposed to be doing this, but again, this is part of this last year of our housekeeping effort that we've been doing. Allowing for programmatic buying. We are a big publisher. We are not naive when it comes to this topic. We understand that there's very big demand for this type of buying, and so we had to, again, standardize to make it a little bit easier. And again, common ad sizes, this is for a company, for our company and for yours. And then all the while here, we still need to be able to maintain our premium offerings like native advertising or cross-company kind of campaigns that might be a little bit unique. Now, we as a publisher are also a marketer, because just like everyone in this room that has to deal with using an app as a business, we're in an app store just like everybody else, and we're also in the business of acquiring new people, trying to keep them as long as we can, and monetizing as much as we can against them in a reasonable, non-offensive way, okay? So we're trying to do some really smart things on the marketing side that, again, would be helpful for you to hear from here. So this is our friends at the Weather Channel. We are a brand advertiser with them on occasion, and you'll see just our standard ad down here. But now, with our product's ability to know who our users are from an IDFA standpoint, so if I'm USA Today's app, I know we've got 500,000, let's say, dormant downloaders that haven't opened the app in, let's just say, 60 days. Well, I can run a campaign through an exchange, run a campaign against those folks to try to reactivate them. So instead of having more or less a generic ad here, which is asking you to download one of our O&O or our ancillary apps, an ad like this could potentially grab you and say, oh yeah, I do have the USA Today app. I'm going to go ahead and click on this ad. The app, or the ad's URL handler will automatically open up and deep link into our story about that. So again, that's also equal parts marketing. We're, again, the same business that you are. So the keys that I can tell you from the publisher side to making this work at least a little bit better. Product and marketing teams have to be beyond tight. If the marketing team doesn't know what product's doing, and vice versa, I mean, it's why bother? Why bother spending a dime, frankly? You need to, when possible, use the first-party data you have. Whether you're a marketer, you're a brand, you're a publisher, or whatever, you need to use that, because that is kind of like your treasure, right? And from a buying and selling standpoint, or having it available, just embrace programmatic. I think there's just way too much going on around that right now. I know I've heard numbers and budgets aren't that high going into programmatic, but it's not going away. So I think being built for it is the right thing to do. And then finally, this is the second Flappy Bird, but this is my personal high score. Where else would you rather be, though, than in a place where one person living in his parents' house in Vietnam can make, I think, 50 or 60 grand a day just by making this game with that's all ad supported.